to wonder what was going through the minds of these two men, and how would you ever think that something like that is something you could get away with?
We're now learning more details in the murder of 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungaray, whose body was found in a Texas bayou just hours after she snuck out of her home. Investigators now say the suspects, undocumented migrants who allegedly sexually assaulted and strangled the preteen, were working to flee the country in the days following her murder.
We have gotten into Martinez Rangel's phone and found evidence that he was searching for ways to leave the country.
We're taking a closer look at the timeline leading up to Jocelyn's death and the intense investigation that followed.
And it seems like such a brutal offense. It's just a very, very heartbreaking type of case.
The case begins on Sunday, June 16th in Houston, Texas. At about 10 o'clock that night, 12-year-old Jocelyn and her 5-year-old brother went to bed. But about 2 hours later, around midnight, Jocelyn snuck out. Her body was found 6 hours after that in a shallow creek. Criminal defense attorney Mike Korbanek says the facts of this case are shocking.
It's such a horrific type of case if everything that proves that this is what occurred. The very fact that, it's a 12-year-old girl who's snuck out of her house and is met in a store by two people who are on release for being illegally in this country, and they're on release.
After Jocelyn's body was recovered, Houston officials retraced her steps and put together a timeline leading up to her murder. After she snuck out, Jocelyn was seen in the early morning hours of Monday, June 17th at a 7-Eleven convenience store with two men. Jocelyn's mother told investigators she did not recognize the men and believes Jocelyn didn't know them either.
I had such a bright future ahead of her, and I knew she was going to go very far. And, these monsters took that opportunity from her.
Texas officials say the men were first caught on security cam at a restaurant. At the time, they were seen without Jocelyn.
We have found and learned that the suspects began their evening at a Northborough area restaurant together. They left that restaurant on foot, southbound. The suspects continued south and were first seen on a camera.
But the next time they were caught on camera, Jocelyn was with them.
Suspects seen meeting the victim and talking for a few minutes while they were on Kirkendall. Later, the suspects and the victim walked together to a convenience store.
And I think the question on everyone's mind right now is why.
Urban Team from 3PN, I have returned. So today I want to talk about the sad story of this girl that was she was murdered and taken advantage of. And this is a sad story. She was 12 years old, as y'all see. And they were saying that she snuck out of her house after putting her brother to sleep. She snuck out of her house. She was actually on the phone with her boyfriend. She was 12 years old, they said. Oh yeah, they said she was 12 years old. Her boyfriend was like around her age. And they said that he could actually hear her talking to some guys. These guys was 23 years old. The other one was 20. I think one was 20 something, 23, and the other one like 26 or something like that. There was migrants, so they wasn't even from here. And they escaping, they crossing over. This is a sad story. The thing that really is just like, they took advantage of that poor girl, killed her, and then threw her under the bridge. They said that she was in the creek, and then trying to escape. They said they were trying to escape out the country after that, and they felt like they thought they was gonna get away with that. And what also burns me is that why I know when you're young, you want to, go against your parents and stuff like that. She put her brother to sleep and then ran out and roaming around at night. It is very dangerous. That's not what she get at all. I'm not saying nothing like that. It is very, very, very dangerous to be running around at night. See, this type of stuff, this is like the nightlife shit. They looking, the creeps and stuff, they be during the day, but at night, that 12-year-old girl shouldn't have not been out that late. And it's a shame. I don't know where they said that. I know one video they were saying the mom was sound asleep, didn't know what's going on with her little daughter. we gotta keep track of our kids, man. We gotta keep track of our kids. We gotta make sure they're good. That little girl should not have been out walking the street that late. And those guys, them two men need to be locked up, thrown away, and burned. They will get what's coming to them. Rest in peace. Like, share, comment below. To the next one. This got me tore up, guys. I'm sorry.